NZ Aerosports, Icarus Canopies, now Gyro. That's right, we've rebranded, and Gyro is our next generation. It honours our founder, as that's the name we knew him by, but Gyro also marks the start of a new chapter. And not to be biased, but it's going to be fucking epic. Long story short, we're more us than ever, so if you're new to the sport, or even a Sky God Ninja Turtle, welcome. I think our valiant leader Lucy, Gyro's daughter, says it best.
And we still got that fuck yeah attitude. Rebrand! Woo!
Rebrand woo indeed, Lucy. Anyway, head over to gyro.com for more info and get amongst you legends.
I was 19, broke, unemployed, and sold my girlfriend's canopy for drug money. So I thought I better sew her a new one. What a sentence, and what a story. This describes the humble yet outrageous beginnings of NZ Aerosports, the home of Icarus Canopies, in the words of our founder himself. From getting a paratrooper toy from his mom, watching parachutes at the DZ as a 6-year-old, jumping off the wharf with a parachute made from bed sheets, doing his first jump at 16, sewing his first canopy on a borrowed machine at 19, and starting to sell parachutes out of a garage in 1986, Paul Gyro Martin had an undying love for the sky. Our company started with one man with the wildest of spirits and a true blue sky dream, a renegade. In the time that Gyro created and ran the Icarus Canopies brand until he passed away in 2017, he pushed everything he had to its limits. We miss him, and we always will. Gyro is the next generation of NZ Aerosports. It honors our founder, of course, because it was the name we all knew him by, but Gyro the rebrand also marks the start of a new chapter, our next jump. Gyro is the space between sound and silence, art and science, chaos and calm. Gyro is a state of epic tranquility that transcends understanding. That moment, in the door, in free fall, mid-swoop, where nothing but the present exists. A perfect balance of euphoria and thrill. Gyro captures our passion for flying and our commitment to designing break-the-fucking-rules canopies that deliver pilots pure, wild flight. Hey gang, so I got a new book out. It's called The Upside of Fear, and it's exactly what you think it's about. It's about the good side of, well, getting scared. In it, we talk not only about the science and biology behind fear, but the psychology as well. And it's not just coming from me, it's coming from some of the best in the sport. Omar Alhigelan, Jeff Provenzano, Maxine Tate, and so many more have contributed their sometimes terrifying stories to the book to help you overcome your fear. So head to the lunaticfringepodcast.com. You're going to find the link to the book there, as well as the other books. It's available in ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook right now.
Coming straight from the cockpit, it's another episode of Lunatic Fringe with the fucking pilot.
Ready, set, go. All right, back in the can for another edition of Lunatic Fringe, Into the Void, trying to get some insight on our sport, our skydiving, and all the crazy people that do this shit with us. So tell me, without wasting any time, who the fuck are you and what do you do?
Well, I am Hannah Parker.
Hannah Parker.
That is me.
Yep.
Currently instructor, throw drogues, film some tandems, do some skydiving.
Nice, nice. Now, this is not the stereotypical lifestyle for a lot of people. I'm assuming it's not the stereotypical lifestyle for any of your friends or family, or do you come from a skydiving family?
Absolutely not. Far from. My family are, I'm from England to start with, so the quintessential British family, I guess. I'm from Kent, so down south, just outside of London.
Okay.
My dad had a very interesting career, actually. He made the first disposable contact lenses.
He made the first disposable contact lenses.
Fun fact number one. Here we go. We're starting off on a high.
Okay.
So yeah, very intelligent man. My mum as well was a chemist as well. They had a business together, and he sort of semi-retired now. I feel like he's never going to retire. One of
Okay.
those people. But yeah, he was originally chemist, scientist.
Wow. So you're fighting being a huge disappointment.
Yeah, right now for sure. Well, originally not actually. I was the first one in the family to. I was pursuing a career in science and become a doctor.
Really?
Yeah, to then disappoint them massively when I was like, I'm gonna go skydive.
That's
Sorry.
a bit of a fucking 180 right there. Holy shit.
Just a bit. No.
All right, so so was skydiving the first extreme thing you ever got into? I mean, were you one of these kids that was jumping off the roof and doing stupid shit like that, or you just got a wild hair?
I think I got a wild hair. I was not I was not really into sport. I wasn't bad at it, but I wasn't, really athletic or anything. I was a bit of a geek. I was into music, science, and
Okay.
I wouldn't say I was particularly cool. So to find skydiving when I was 23, of all ages, was definitely a 180. You're right.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So by the time you're 23 years old, you're already relatively well established on the path you're going down.
Yeah.
So you said science and being a doctor, specifically medical sciences or other branches of science?
Well, I always wanted to actually study medicine and become a doctor, as in a practicing doctor.
Okay.
And I actually didn't get into med school. Found it difficult. I didn't get the grades initially, and then studied and I kind of found research as a secondary career at that point, and I was pretty good at it, and I got a really awesome scholarship to study to be a doctor. And then halfway through my PhD, I was actually working on an awesome project in University of Nottingham, working on genetics and human stem cells.
Holy shit.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. I was very lucky, part of a really good project. And then one of my friends decided that he wanted to go skydiving.
Okay.
And this guy, like a cool guy, I guess you could say cool, but he pretty much did nothing but his PhD and go home and play computer games and probably
Sure. Toss now and then, sure.
toss it out.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this guy needs to do something with his life, and apparently it's skydiving.
Wow. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you know as well as I do, skydiving draws from every single walk of life. One of the coolest things about having done this podcast is people that I called friends and have called friends for quite some time, but you still never do a deep dive on who they are or their background or anything like
Right.
that. And then I get in this situation where I'm asking people very, deep questions on where they've come from and what they've done, and I am always fucking surprised.
Yeah, right?
Always. Because the ones that you think would absolutely have just been off the wall their entire lives, you're like, but what? You had a normal childhood and you were well adjusted and
Super
holy
well-adjusted.
shit. How cool is that though? And I'm
Right?
sure you see the same thing. So when did you make your first jump? How long have you been in the sport?
So 7 years, pretty much to the day I got my A license, around about now, maybe March, I think. So yeah, about 7 years since I've been really going for it. And
Okay.
like I said, it was never, I kind of went for my friend initially. It was
Right.
never something I was like, I've got to go skydive,
Right,
ever.
right.
And then I did it, and I just kept doing it, and suddenly I was like, oh shit, this is all I want to do.
Well,
Man,
now-
this is really cool.
So when you landed from the first jump, was it automatically oh fuck, I've got to do that again?
Yeah.
Or was it that was really fun, that would be nice to do some other time?
No, I was like, yeah, shit, I got to go do that again.
Now, what was your friend's reaction?
Well, again, he wanted to do it, but now, sadly, I think he's only got 100 jumps and retired, and has a good career in science, and here I am, still hooked. So
Yeah, but that's, I mean, I think it's all about what works for you, because I mean, chances are he's having an amazing time doing his research stuff and got his PhD, and fantastic. Oh, and skydiving was a fun little sideline, but it doesn't sound to me like if you got that into skydiving that quick, that the path you were on doesn't sound like it was the right path.
Exactly, and that's the thing. I felt like I was always following the path that was right for me. Hey,
Yeah.
you're good at this.
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing this. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm good at this. And then suddenly something happened in my life that I maybe wasn't good at, but I wanted to do.
Sure.
And I loved it. And I
Sure.
would have done, and okay, the weather was nice outside. Sorry, boss, if you ever listen to this. But I was in the middle of sciencing somewhere, and I'm looking outside in Nottingham, and there's blue skies and it's sunny. And I'm like, all right, how quick can I get this experiment done so I can drive to the drop zone and get a couple of jumps in, you know?
Absolutely. Well, again, I can't count how many guests that I've had that have told me they actually didn't change paths as quickly as you did. They were on the road, they had the job, they had the career, and then realized, I'm really fucking unhappy, I'm miserable, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, and if this is the rest of my life, just fucking kill me now.
Right.
And they all kind of shifted gears, and some of the best in the world did that. So, I mean, really, if you're not happy, why do it?
Right, that's the thing. I think I was very lucky that, I finished my PhD, so you will always call me Dr. Parker from now on. Thank you.
See, I'm always fucking blown away because I know you as being very bubbly and a little goofy and always having fun, whether it's at work or outside of work. You're just very jovial, and I would never put PhD, not to say anything bad about anybody with a PhD, but you're not necessarily known for having the most out of control personalities. I mean,
good point.
It takes a lot to get a PhD, and that generally doesn't mean a lot of partying and enjoying and stuff. So
no, and I didn't. I was like a very, very different person for sure. But like I wouldn't say unhappy, but just on a different path. And I was definitely found myself when I started skydiving.
Sure.
Like
now,
it was awesome.
So you started right away. You say you're trying to balance. Well, you're working towards your PhD and jumping and kind of fucking off the study a little bit so that you can go jump.
Yeah.
What's the family think of all this at the time? I mean, they couldn't have been happy.
And I mean, they're stoked. They've got this daughter that's, I'm going to go get my doctorate. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And then, and I'm doing okay. I'm going to pass. Everything's going well. They know I've started skydiving and they've been supportive. And then suddenly the time comes for me to get a job. And I'm like, I'm just going to put all my belongings in my car and I'm going to drive to Portugal.
Awesome.
And they're like, well, you got a job there? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm going to go with my friend and we're going to go skydive.
So you didn't try and paint it as an after-study sabbatical? You just like, I'm fucking off to Portugal.
I was like, I just need some time. I did try and paint it, but after a while, I think they realized that it was more than that when I don't want to do this anymore. This is what I want to do. I'm going to see what happens.
That's so awesome. Well, and I love these stories when they come out of places like Europe because you guys just piss off to these amazing countries all over the place. And
hey, not anymore, right?
Yeah, it's definitely changing. It's definitely changing. Well, so you go to Portugal with what? How many jumps and what aspirations? What did you want to do?
Yeah, so I had 300-400 jumps.
Okay.
Not so many.
All right.
I honestly didn't know what I wanted to do at that point, and I just wanted to skydive. I actually worked in a bar for some time. I earned €30 a night. Ooh. Yeah, for a very, very long night of work.
For the Americans that don't know euros, that's not a lot of money.
It's not a lot. No, it's not. And but I just wanted a bit of a break, and I wanted just to find what I enjoyed and loved. And then actually, I was very lucky to go on a 3-month trip with two of my awesome friends, Alki and Elise, girls, and we did a three girls in a caravan all across the US.
Oh, wow.
For 3-4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, and skydiving, so we're all skydivers as well. So we just rock up at the drop zones and go for some skydives. You
guys must have been so much fucking trouble.
You've got no idea.
Oh,
man.
I do have a really good idea. You guys have...
I got a couple of stories, of course.
You guys are the ones that all the fucking jump staff are thrilled to see, and the DZO is like, fuck me, that's going to be a problem.
Well, we got mistaken for tandem students a bunch. I'm sure you can imagine.
Oh, you had to play that up. Tell me you played that up.
Oh, God. Got a good one. So we're at Spaceland Houston. I'm sorry to who this person is. I won't name them. Just
name them. Come on.
I don't know if I can. I'll tell the story first.
All right.
So, and this guy comes up to us and he's like, hey, so if you want to jump with me, just go to Manifest. My name is Francisco. Sorry, Francisco. And just request me. And we're like, all right, cool. Thinking, come on, like, all right. And so we go to Manifest and we kind of tell them. They find it funny. And
of course.
They're like, okay, so we're going to take him off his next tandem, put him on a fun jump with you.
Awesome.
Because you requested him.
Awesome.
So we go back and we're like, yeah. And suddenly he sees we've got gear and stuff. And he's like, oh, I didn't realize you were skydivers. Sorry. And we're like, no, it's cool, bro. You're going to come jump with us. And he was like, fair enough.
That's brilliant. No, that's good, though, because I think myself included, every fucking guy I know that's thrown drogues has pulled that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you kind of have to, no?
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the funniest thing was the first time I saw a female tandem instructor pull that.
Oh, I don't think I ever have. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know, but...
Got to give it a try just to say you have.
I think I should. No.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you. So, well, what prompted ending up in the U.S.?
Yeah, so it would just happen to be the three of us in kind of a similar place in life, like wanting to take a big break. And
taking a rest from your PhDs.
Exactly. And actually, my friend, like one of them, she's a very successful business consultant working for some of the biggest companies, and the other one is a very successful dentist. So three chicks with good careers that just want to go skydive. Oh, that's what it was, and it was honestly, it was the trip of a lifetime. That dream trip. I did it, and I'm stoked. But by the end of it, I was suddenly very aware that I didn't have a job to go back to, unlike my dentist and business consultant friends.
Yeah.
And so I actually got my tandem rating because I thought, here we go, last chunk of money, let's put it into it.
Right.
On the 31st of December of year, my gap year. So I arrived in Portugal on the 1st of January, or like just before, and then after doing some... trying to work out what I wanted to do, I was like, all right, tandems it is.
Wow.
So,
I mean, I ended up getting pushed into doing tandems and didn't want to, but I was at a very successful drop zone where I was making too much money as a cameraman.
Okay.
So it was...
That sounds terrible, Dave.
Yeah. Well, it was very much, the drop zone was like, you know something, fuck you. You're having way too much fun and making way too much money. You need to strap some fat, sweaty guys to you.
Yeah, I get it.
So that's how I ended up getting mine. But you went to get work. So you went tandems first, not shooting video?
Actually, yeah. I didn't do video before. I honestly thought, okay, how do I get a job? I need some ratings.
Sure.
And what do? Get my tandem rating. And I was in DeLand, is where I got my rating with Trevor Cedar, who was epic. And I also did it with Elise, who was also, she was in two minds about what she was doing with her career. And so we both did it. We took each other on a bunch of tandems, and it was in a big event. I took Christian Moxner's on a tandem.
Cool.
A bunch of famous athletes on tandems on my course, and a lot of my friends. And it was really cool, and I didn't know what would happen. And I went back to the UK, and I put my CV to any drop zone that would take me.
That
wasn't BPA, like not in the UK, because I had only a UPT rating.
Right.
And I got a job in Spain. And that gave me my first step in the door.
In the door, okay.
Shall we say?
Now, when you decided you were going to go out and get your tandem rating and start chucking drugs, did you get any pushback? Did you have anybody saying, "What the fuck do you want to do this for?" Because how many years ago was this?
This was 4 years ago.
So actually, yeah, I'll almost take that back, because 4 years ago, I think things were getting really progressive. Back when I got my tandem rating, there were very few women that were doing tandems. Now it's, I don't even think twice about it.
Yeah, for sure, but it's still 4%.
Yes, it's still extremely small. I've been lucky enough to work at drop zones that go out of their way to try and hire female tandem instructors.
Yeah, and that is one thing I find awesome. There is that positive discrimination there, that they do want females, which is awesome. That's how things progress, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, no, for sure. My first job in Spain, I walked in after, I had no experience. I'm not saying I was good. I wasn't. I was new.
Right.
And I saw some of the guys there, like the older Spanish dudes, watching videos of me doing tandems. And I walked in and I was like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we'd never seen a girl do a tandem. I was like, what? This is 2014. No, it was later than that. What year are we in now? This is 2017. Girls do tandems.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's a thing now.
Oh, how funny is that? Yeah. I mean, I guess the only reason that it ever caught me off guard when I was seeing women doing tandems at first was because I just never seen it before. I had never thought a woman shouldn't do a tandem. My response wasn't, you shouldn't do that. It's, why the fuck would you want to?
Yeah, I still struggle with that. I'm not going to lie. No.
That literally, because the passengers that I've taken in my career, in 8,000 tandems, I'd say the majority of them are my size or slightly smaller or a little bit bigger. Some of them are fucking huge. So for me, a huge passenger is enormous. But a woman that's your size takes a tandem student that I would consider normal or maybe a little bit bigger, and they're huge to you.
That's the thing. But you get used to that. Like I would say, on a normal day, more than half your
Right.
students are always going to be bigger than you.
Sure.
And like bear in mind all the people I work with, most of the time it's the other way around,
Right,
right?
right.
So, but yeah, I think the thing is it's not easy for sure.
No.
I'm not saying
No, fuck no. That's
not
heavy
saying
lifting,
it's- yeah.
hardcore. Well, now, do you find, because obviously I don't know the numbers. I don't know if it's more men or women come out to do tandems. I'm going to guess more men, although it's probably pretty close these days. But do you find you have negative reactions from guys sometimes when you're assigned for a male student?
Oh yeah, so
Really?
I mean, I've had you'd be surprised. So I think I've had 4 refusals in over 1,600 tandems. I think I've got now. So 2 of them were girls
Really? Because
Yeah.
they didn't want to go with a girl.
because they wanted a big, strong man, big, strong, handsome man. You know,
All right. So
that's part of it.
I can understand a woman refusing to go with another woman because she's got it in her head she wants to be strapped to some big guy, that's
right.
going to snatch her back from the jaws of death. So I guess I can understand that more than I can understand a guy refusing because it's a woman.
So then I've had a guy say, "I'm really sorry. I'm sure you're awesome, but my wife's gonna kill me if I'm strapped to a girl." So
That's-
I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, and then I've had a guy that just didn't want to jump with a woman. Didn't tell me why. And he goes to me, and I remember well, and maybe I was a bit of a dick, but he's like, "No offense, but I don't want to jump with a girl." And I'm like, cool, I'm offended. Like, you say no offense, but also you're basically saying I can't do my job.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, I can understand other reasons that you just want to jump with a dude because
Sure.
you're not comfortable with a girl. Your wife's going to get upset or whatever. Like, cool. We've all got our own things.
Yeah.
To be honest, if someone doesn't want to jump with me, I definitely don't want to jump with
No,
you.
of course not.
You know,
Absolutely not. Absolutely
and
not.
everyone's entitled to that. You're
Yes.
paying whatever to go to your skydive. Okay. But, yeah, that reason and to say no offense, it's just because you're a girl is offensive.
Yeah, I mean
Like,
that kind of. Actually, I had told you we talked about it before the interview started. That it's a sexist thing to ask, but it's asking about the sexist side of the sport.
Yeah.
Because some listeners will say, "Well, you don't ask the guys what they think about all this sexist shit."
It's because they don't have to deal with it.
Well,
no?
and it's absolutely. It's that men don't have to deal with it. A and B. Chances are it's something that they just don't think about on mostly a daily basis. Men don't think about the Me Too situation unless they're one of the assholes that everybody's going after.
Exactly.
So it generally just doesn't cross our minds,
Right.
You know. So I ask women about their thoughts of being a woman in a male-dominated sport, and especially the whole Me Too thing, specifically because chances are you guys have come across it when a lot of us guys haven't.
Yeah, and actually, I'm pretty lucky. I work with a bunch of badass chicks.
Sure.
Like I seen it. I see the other day that no, I don't want to jump with you. Oh well, tough luck. Here you go. Get in the harness. We're going. Like sometimes
Awesome.
you have to just
Yeah.
get on with it. You know.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I've taken a lot of people from Saudi or Muslim men.
Sure.
That have been like, I'm super surprised almost.
Sure.
And that's also just as enlightening for me as taking a Muslim woman
Right.
who is empowered by their jump.
Sure.
To take a Muslim man that's also like, oh, this is empowering for me. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like if I can do anything to change anyone's opinion and create some more gender equality, then I'll do it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and again, I've actually had the opportunity to talk to quite a few really badass women in the sport. One of my most recent conversations was with stuntwoman Hannah Betts.
Nice.
Yeah, who is just an all-around badass, and of course she's from your neck of the woods. And we talked briefly about the whole Me Too thing and all that, and she basically said the same thing, you know. I've had my faux pas and definitely said the wrong thing at the wrong time or thought the wrong thing, and her response was something along the lines of, "Yeah, you fucked up, but you admitted it, so it's all good."
Exactly.
Like,
you
all right,
know.
cool.
No, it's okay. Everyone does it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's face it, skydivers are not prone to being the most sensitive people.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you do for sure have thick skin, but if I can say some blah, 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 the drop zone and
Right.
be loud and mouthy, then you take it back as well.
Sure.
You know,
Well,
it's
That's
you know?
kind of the, at least what I always thought was kind of the unwritten law or rule in skydiving is we all go over the top. We're all alpha personalities. We all get wildly inappropriate at times.
Yep.
But it's never, at least mostly, never meant with malice. You know, I've never barked or yelled at someone and thought I fucking hate you. It's stop being an idiot, friend.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's supposed to all be in there at the same time,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, it's. I don't think it's ever with malice, and I don't. I know that there are exceptions to every rule. There's certainly exceptions to guys being complete bastards in skydiving as well as
They're
everything
always
else.
going to be there. You know?
Of course.
Like, yeah, it's okay. You deal with it.
Of course.
But the wonderful thing about skydiving is that this is a sport that we can be equal.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying maybe tandems, just like put that aside, but as a sport in general, the girls can free fly like the boys.
Sometimes dramatically better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the same even with swooping, everything. Like there is no reason why we should be separated.
No, absolutely
We are the
not.
same, man, and we can. I mean, yeah, like you said, I've seen girls kick boys' ass. I've seen boys kick girls' ass. It doesn't matter, you know.
Last time I checked, how much you can bench press doesn't play anything into skydiving.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. And to be honest, and I've said it before, guys, when I was doing a lot of AFF, always made the worst students because they thought they could muscle the air. It was women that figured out you had to finesse this shit.
Well, yeah, and that's the same thing with tandem students. Actually, one thing with guys is, like I always say, about being honest with your emotions. We've recently started taking younger people on tandems, so one thing that's really enlightening is that they're very honest with their emotions.
Sure.
I'm scared, but I'm excited.
Yes.
Guys, no, mate, I got this. I'm well cool.
Yeah.
I'm not scared at all. And then the door opens and you've got to fight this terrified monster suddenly.
Oh, yeah.
Girls will be, like, this is a generalization and a stereotype for sure, but girls will be, oh, I'm so scared. And then when the time comes, maybe not so bad.
Well, you know, the thing that I've always noticed with women that are like that I'm so scared, they're saying that while they're walking to the door. So they're still heading in the right direction.
They're still doing it.
Absolutely.
Right?
And I've had them say, I don't think I can do this, as they're getting in position to get out the fucking door.
They're still doing it.
Absolutely. Men, unfortunately, at least men of my generation for sure, maybe not so much the later generations, but we were raised that you don't show fear, you don't show emotion.
I think that's the problem, right?
Absolutely it is, because we're programmed for so long not to show fear, and you shouldn't feel fear. You shouldn't be scared in this situation, that as a guy, when you are face to face with real, honest to goodness, fuck me, fear, they melt down. They have no idea how to handle it.
I see it all the time.
Of course.
It's fascinating, actually.
This is especially being a tandem instructor, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, or being video for tandem instructors, is the ultimate lesson in true psychology. You learn to read people, and I'm sure you're getting there too. I can tell you what type of person this is going to be almost from the time the harness starts going on.
Exactly.
You really learn to read those cues, and especially the big, tough, badass guys are the easiest ones to read. Like, oh, this guy's going to fold like fucking origami.
Right? Yeah, the best ones are, I've done 2 skydives before and I'm super chill. I know what to do. Don't give me instructions. I'm going to just, put my knees on my forehead when I exit.
Yeah, I'm just going to melt down.
I'm just going to have a moment.
Well, and I guess I get to look back at my own start of my career, because for me, I did the AFP progression. So you did a few tandems that were working tandems, where you're actually doing the turns, pulling the ripcords, and then you go to the AFF. But my second jump was dramatically scarier than my first. My first one was scary. I shit my pants on jump number 2. So when I would get students like that would do the AFP, or the tandem students that, I did a jump before, so this is no big deal, and they're trying to be all, bravado for their friends.
The macho.
And you're like, this is good. This is the one that's going to shit his pants. And it's almost always dead on.
Yeah, it's predictable for sure.
Yeah.
I know. If they say they know, if they say they don't care, I'm actually really chill. When it comes to it, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but those are the funnest ones. I really like trying to read them, and then you have to do your little mental ninja shit to figure out, how am I going to calm this person down enough to do what I really need them to do?
Yeah.
Because we both know tandem students can pretty much not do anything they're supposed to, and we just got to work a little bit harder.
That's our job.
Yeah, we're there to make sure you're taken care of. But there's a few things you absolutely don't want them to do, which 9 times out of 10 is the shit that they're trying to do. Grabbing the bar and hanging on to every guy. The ones that are really a mess,
Oh, yeah.
So it's really kind of fun having to play that game of how do I fix this guy's issues?
I always say, like, one of my things is like, hey, listen, if you want to fight me, you're going to win.
Yeah.
All right, look at you. Look at me. You're gonna win. Don't fight me. Trust me.
I
got this, but you gotta let me do it. You know.
You actually stole my line. That was my favorite line.
Oh, really?
I would go with the bigger guys. One sticks out in particular. I took a guy that was a member of the U.S. Olympic rowing team, and I was jumping in Whangarei in New Zealand, and this guy was, I want to say, 7'2".
Wow.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I looked like a
It's
fucking
like most
hobbit.
of my students for me, Dean.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I looked
5'4" here.
Exactly. I looked like a hobbit tucked under this guy's arm, and we were getting out of a 182.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
yeah, so it was brutal. And
So
I
his
told
legs
him,
were hanging out. Huh?
oh, it was such a fucking mess. And I flat out told him, I'm like, look, if you and I get in a fight up there, there's a good chance you're going to win, and
Yeah.
you do not want to win this fucking
No,
fight.
this is my fight. Let me have it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a great line, especially for guys. They kind of will click and understand that. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. Yes, I don't want to try and fix this because I'm just going to make it worse.
As much as it might pain you, the control is in me right now.
Yeah.
So you gotta trust me
Yeah.
and don't fight me.
So you started chucking drugs early in your career then?
Yeah, I think I had, I'm not sure whether I got I've been 3 years, 4 years, 3.5, I think. And honestly, it was something I never wanted to do.
Right.
I've never planned.
Right.
Didn't, but I'm very stoked I did it. I do really get a lot of enjoyment out of tandems. A lot, actually. But
yeah.
there are also times, like the way I describe it is there are some jumps I would do for free. I would maybe even pay for them. I don't know that far.
Right.
But, like with certain people or certain things,
Sure.
really enjoyable. And then there are others where I'm like, you could not give me $1,000
Right.
to do that jump again.
Yeah.
So like that's the way tandems go, I think. Sometimes they are wonderful and rewarding and memorable, but sometimes they really suck.
Oh yeah.
So
For as amazing a time I had as a tandem instructor, and I fought it tooth and nail. I fucking did not want to be a tandem instructor, but ended up. If you were to ask me now what my all-time favorite way to skydive is, it's tandem. Because
really?
because of the
Crazy.
rewards that I got out of it. I had such amazing experiences because of the students. The jumps themselves, if you're just breaking down skydiving for skydiving, then of course tandems are not the best way to jump. Getting out and doing the fun free fly with your friends, that's the way to go for me. But the overall reward of per jump at tandems. I've had such memorable experiences, both negative and positive, because I look back at the tandems that almost managed to fucking kill me, and they're just as memorable and ultimately rewarding as the ones that went perfectly because I learned huge lessons.
It's very, very true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
huge
you're
lessons. Now, what other side of skydiving? I mean, what initially was really grabbing you?
Honestly, at the time, I think I just loved the feeling of flying, and I loved it. Like it was a release for me for sure. It was the first time I really felt like, oh, this is pure enjoyment, and jumping with your friends is something you unless you've done it, you can't experience it. And I was so happy I'd found it. But like honestly, for me, skydiving is definitely changed my life just because of the community side of it.
Sure.
I know everyone says that, but it is true for me. Like I finally found the people that will actually like me.
Right.
No,
that's,
you know what I mean? Like they get me.
That's a very apt way to put it, because I've got a lot of friends from before skydiving that we were friends, but they just didn't quite get me.
Yeah.
And in skydiving, I am never the weirdest one in the room.
Exactly. Maybe that's it. It's a bunch of weirdos that have like all found each other, and we're all as weird as each other, so it's cool.
Oh yeah. No, there is no too weird for skydiving.
Yeah,
There
it's
really
perfect.
isn't. There's a lot of batshit crazy jumpers that you just love. You might not want to go out in public with them.
But you'll go to a skydive with them.
Absolutely,
No worries.
but they're the ones you're going straight to at the big boogies.
Oh, exactly.
So now, when you did this big 3-month binge around
Yes.
the U.S., what are the big memories from there? I
Oh,
mean, you
my
must
God.
have, because if you did 3 months, you must have hit some boogies and some
Yeah.
proper drop zones.
Okay, so the biggest thing for me was I got my first and only world record.
Oh,
Here we
tell
go.
me.
So, so me and my friend Elise, we've been kind of training, I guess, but not really. And in all honesty, the biggest head down formation I had done,
Right.
that I had like successfully docked on, was probably a 10 or a 12 way. And then we did this camp, and it just wasn't going so well.
Okay.
I think we quit the camp. I can't remember. We were both crying at some point, and even if I'm emotional, she's like a military badass chick. So, but I remember us both crying, like, we can't do this. This is terrible. and then we went on like this awesome trip to Mexico, Guatemala, and whatever to get out of the country for a visa renewal. And then I they needed the girls. They need the girls to do it, and we got an email like, hey, if you want to just come on the bench, just come. And I thought about it. I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's go. Let's just do it. It's an awesome opportunity. And they're giving us the opportunity, even though I felt like I sucked.
Right.
And then we got there, and first jump, I was super floater, which is, for anyone who doesn't know much about records, I was the first person to leave the plane out of the 4 planes. If I didn't leave on time, no one else left on time.
Right.
And that was I thought I was going to be on the bench, blah, 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 blah. Suddenly I'm doing like a 75 way, and I'm a super floater.
Wow.
So if I mess up, 75 people
Get to point
are
at you.
also messing up.
Yep.
So yeah, the pressure was real. It was super cold. It was stressful. And
where was it?
This was in Arizona, Eloy.
Okay. All right.
And I was also feeling very lucky that I was still in this.
Sure.
Like there was an option for me. And there was a lot of girls that had never done records, never done big waves before. And I was in this super floater like slot.
Right.
And I hadn't fucked up yet. And each day that went past, I left at the correct time.
Nice.
So, like, I was honestly, like, holding on. And all that time I got to practice. And I'd done a bunch of tunnel, and I wasn't unsafe and whatever. But I hadn't taken a dock
Right.
on this world record
Right.
in 20 jumps. I just exited the plane at the correct time.
Right. Which is saying something.
And then at some point it was starting to work a bit better and everything. And then we actually got the world record.
Awesome.
And I took a dock maybe 3 times, and I was docking on a really good friend of mine now, Lisa Mazzetta. And I remember the dock, like our hands were like grabbing each other's wrists, or I was more like my hand was shaking, and I was trying to take Lisa's dock, and she was like, come here, come on, girl. And I get it. And
Nice.
yeah, and it was super out of my comfort zone and super out of my league, but somehow I got a world record.
Sure. Well, it's awesome, though.
Yeah.
You are by far not the first person in skydiving ever to think, I haven't fucked this up yet.
Exactly. And
Yet.
and honestly, if I hadn't had some of the best people's advice at some point, I think I crawled over to one of the organizers like, I don't think I should. And before I even finished my sentence, they're like, shut up, do your job, get on with it, you're fine, you know?
Isn't that the best fucking thing about the sport, though?
Amazing.
I mean, I can't think of very many instances in skydiving where even a direct competitor is not willing to give that extra bit. There's very few instances that I can think of in skydiving where people are just like, fuck you, it's all about this. I mean, maybe if you get into the 4 and 8 way hardcore stuff. Those boys boys and girls get a little intense for me.
Me too.
That's kind of one of the things with the free fly community, because that's the community I came up with, and especially swoopers, is you see this amazing camaraderie and people that are fighting for titles back and forth, but they have nothing but respect for each other, and there's no shit talking and none of that stuff, and
exactly.
It's which I've found very refreshing in this sport and very rare in sports in general.
And it's a sport that evolves so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's crazy if I look at what was winning, like, I've only been in here for 7 years,
Sure.
right? But if I look at what was winning world champions 7 years ago as to now,
Oh, yeah.
it's a different game.
Oh, yeah.
And if I look at what is progressive in the sport now and then, it's insane. I don't know any sport that really progresses quite that quickly.
No, not at all. I mean, I had Omar Al-Higalan sitting in here for a great interview, and we're talking about
The king of freestyle, no?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and a true hero to a lot of people. He's only a couple years older than me, so it's a very strange thing to be sitting in a toilet with your hero.
Also, in a toilet with you, Dean, you're wearing very short shorts.
I am, yes, I am.
Just
Well,
like
it's a
to point
bathroom.
that
Come
out.
on. In a toilet with Omar, and I've had a few rock stars in this toilet, talking about all the stuff that he and a very small crew were, just trailblazing back in the day, and now to look back at what was the most mind-blowing stuff he was doing is now almost considered blasé. I mean,
Right.
it's very basic stuff, and these guys were doing it, 45 seconds at a time,
Yeah, wow.
long before tunnels and all that. But it, again, progresses so much. And one of the coolest things about the sport is to have somebody like Omar sitting here going, you're right. How fucking cool is that?
Right.
Because in a lot of other sports, as soon as someone becomes the OG, it's almost an insult. Oh yeah, you were awesome back then, but that's not the case, because
It's not, no.
you
So
were
much
awesome
respect,
back
huh?
then, and you're still learning. How fucking cool!
That's the thing, though. We are all still learning. I don't
Right?
think there is any skydiver in existence that can say, I know everything.
No, God, no. Well, if they are, they're not going to be jumping.
We don't like them.
No,
I'm
no,
joking.
no,
I get
not
it.
at all.
Yeah, but anyway, going back to records.
Yes, please.
Project 19.
Yes,
I think we should talk about that.
girl power.
Girl power.
Girl power.
But this is insane. This is something that, in all honesty, when it first came around, didn't even really think too much about it. And if those of you who don't know, it is a fully funded world record.
Yes.
When has that really ever happened? And we're talking 100 way.
Yeah.
100 ways. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's fully sponsored, and it's got a lot of publicity, a lot of
Sure, of course.
chat. And there is that argument. I mean, I've just spent a time saying girls are the same as boys, so why do we still need female records?
Well, yes and no. Okay, I agree with that statement, and I disagree all at the same time. I don't think that there should be a distinction between the two, because the skills of a woman and the skill of a man in skydiving is basically the same. Either one has the ability to be world champion of whichever discipline they choose, male or female.
For sure.
The only reason I think that there does deserve to be female world's records is because there was such a distinction for so long. So there's been such a separation for so long that I think it's kind of a step up and a nice punch in the gut to everybody that ever was like, oh, you guys shouldn't be doing this. I fully think it's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, right?
I really, really
It's
do.
insane. It's
And-
cool, man.
And it really, at its core, does it matter that it's a bunch of women? No, it's a bunch of badasses.
Doing 100 way.
Yes.
Which is actually not something that happens every day anyway.
No, it's fucking epic. It's
Yeah.
absolutely epic. But I like the fact that it's separated it specifically for that, because it is a big fuck you to all the people that were like, no, you need to separate the men and the women. No, because they
we
shouldn't.
actually don't, because we are just as badass as the rest of you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because most male skydivers are not competent enough to be on a head down 100 way.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure as fuck not. I'm not competent enough to be on a head down one way
You
most
can
of the
train,
time.
babe. We can train you. It's okay.
Indeed, anybody can learn, but it's true. I mean,
Yeah, it takes up. Okay, so that's one of the things. It takes a lot of commitment, a lot of training,
Damn
a
right.
lot of whatever. And there has been such a huge wave of people inspired by this
Yes.
to do it. And the thing is, it's called Project 19 because it's celebrating the 19th Amendment, which is 100 years of the right for women to vote.
Sure.
And the thing is there are still gender inequalities.
Sure,
right?
absolutely there are.
And skydiving, like I said, is epic because we are the same.
Yes.
When we want to compete and we want to be able to do our job, it's awesome that we are in a sport we're equal.
Yes.
However, there is still a huge disparity. Like I said, 4% of tandem instructors are women.
Sure.
I think it's something like 18% of USPA members. I think I've got that wrong, but say 20%.
Sure.
Are female. So the problem is even though that's the case, there are still less women.
Sure. Well, now let me ask you though, do you think that that's because the sport discourages women from taking those positions in skydiving, or that women are just like, no, I don't want to do that, or maybe there's a stigma behind being a woman that's a tandem instructor?
I think you just nailed all three reasons, to be honest. So I think it's a bit of everything. Like, there is a certain amount of, I can't do that.
Sure.
But
Well, because you guys have been programmed to think that.
exactly.
Yeah.
But the more and more people showing we can do that, that's not so much the case.
Sure.
There is still a fight, the same as in any industry. So any industry with a male-dominated area, as soon as women try and get in there, you're going to receive some negativity or some fight
Sure.
to get your own place.
Sure.
But I think we're getting through that. I think, we're making some awesome progress there, but it's still a fight. It's still a slow claw. And at the end of the day, maybe it's only ever going to be 30-70 or something.
Sure.
Because maybe just there's something programmed in girls, they don't want to skydive.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, you don't, the points you were making about the people that might be put off by it.
Sure.
No, we don't want that. We want to...
Exactly.
We want you to never be put off by it.
Exactly.
And know that whether you're male, female, whatever, you can come skydive and enjoy yourself the same as anyone.
Sure. Well, absolutely. Well, and that's the thing. So you take swooping, for instance. You've got Cornelia, who is, by and large, the baddest swooper on the planet today.
Damn, she's sick.
For someone that doesn't know skydiving, goes out to watch a swoop competition, I guarantee you they have no idea whether the person under that wing is a man or a woman.
Exactly.
It's just badass. So why does it matter if it's a man or a woman once they're on the ground and the helmet's off?
Exactly.
It doesn't. It fucking doesn't,
Right.
The only time male and female matters is when y'all are getting ready to play around and get all busy and nasty and shit. That's really the only time I think it matters.
And also, does it really matter?
No, well, not even that. Well, it does for me.
For you?
For me personally. But that being said, guys, do whatever the fuck you want to do.
We're all open here.
Whatever
floats your boat.
Whatever pronoun you use, I don't fucking care. Have at it. I don't,
Go for it.
Yeah. Actually, one of the articles that I wrote, I said it was something along the lines of joking around about gay marriage. And I'm like, marry a fucking chaise lounge if you want.
Challenge.
Yeah,
Challenge.
it just doesn't. It doesn't fucking matter, So
just marry it.
Yeah, just whatever. Do your thing. Yeah. I think that's obviously we're taking huge steps in that direction, and people like Cornelia or Jeannie Anderson or Olga Namova, all these people are definitely pushing the limits. And then Naomi is going to be. She's actually in Project 19. Oh, yeah. Come on, it's a bunch of badasses.
Man, there's so many, and they're inspirations for me as well. Like, honestly, the time I think I decided, oh, sorry, PhD, you're done, was I was in Algarve on my first ever boogie holiday.
Right.
And I was jumping with Domi Kiga. Hi, Domi, if you're listening to this. And we just did my first ever boogie jumps, which was just, I'm going to go be organized by someone that knows what they're doing, do some cool free flying, and just like enjoy skydiving.
Sure.
And at those points, like in those jumps and those times, I was like, wow, that job is what I want.
Sure.
And that is what you're doing right now, like how awesome I feel, sharing your knowledge with us. And that is what I want everyone to feel. And if I can do that, that's what I want. And that is why I genuinely quit my job, was because I thought, all right, what can I do to do that job instead?
Yeah, well, and it's to be able to realize at some point that you're sharing with someone else what someone gave to you is the coolest fucking thing ever. Absolutely the coolest thing ever. And not just the coolest job, but I mean, I look back at my first AFF instructors, my first tandem instructor. These guys were fucking, superhuman.
Right.
And even after I became an AFF instructor and a tandem instructor, they never became less superhuman.
No.
They were still absolutely badass. I just got to be one of them. I got to put on the cape and go out and, be my own version of Superman or do whatever. And it's really cool because let's face it, the average guy and girl that don't skydive come out and think we're just next level.
Well, that's funny. Like, we were talking about my history, right? So I was a geeky scientist, musician, and I get people say to me, "You're so cool."
Right,
And
right.
I'm like, I'm a massive geek. Like,
Well,
I'm
now-
a total loser.
So now
like,
when you talk to people that you grew up with or you were doing your PhD with and all this, what do they think?
the other day, so my friends, Jenny and Chantal, they were two awesome friends of mine when I was doing my first degree in Brighton. And I posted a photo of me skydiving the other day, and she commented on it, "Hey, Chantal, did you ever think Hannah would be the cool one?" Question mark. And I was like, yeah, she's kind of right. I was the big dork, the massive loser that was doing science,
Well, and the funny thing is, though, a lot of people would take a statement like that and it would hurt their feelings or make it insulting, but it's so fun when you're the... I'm the same thing. How many times do you hear from old people that are that old friends that you haven't seen in a while or that live the normal life that say they're living vicariously through you and your antics?
Yeah, for sure.
all
get
the
that.
fucking time,
yeah,
right?
like I love seeing your photos. I love seeing your videos and things like that. And I'm like, you know what? Like, and obviously, like I'm looking at all the people I grew up with and went to university with, and they're all doing their normal life things, and I'm like, oh, here I am, just busting some free flying and
well, that's the thing, and
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that normal life and doing that if that's what you love.
For sure.
And again, I'd never put words in. Well, actually, I do it all the time, but I'm trying not to put words in other people's mouths. But I can't imagine that the 9 to 5 accountant with the white picket fence and the dog has nearly a completely rounded and fulfilled life as someone like you or me.
I don't know, for sure. Like,
and I don't want to think that way because it's really insulting. I'm not trying to downplay somebody that lives that life.
Yeah.
Because maybe they do think it's just fun. Maybe, crunching those numbers is amazing.
That's what does it. Well, the thing is I always thought that, I met people when I started jumping that were like, oh, I really wish I didn't do this. I didn't, stick with my career and quit skydiving. I really, really wish I had just committed to skydiving when I was 20 and gone and done it. And I decided that I didn't want to be that person.
Right.
I didn't want to be that guy that regretted quitting their job. I was like, you know what? I can go back to this. I can go do whatever career I want in my future. But right now, if this is what I'm passionate about and this is what I love, I'm going to do it now.
Well, and I think most skydivers fall into the same category as I think I do, which is I would much rather regret the shit that I did than regret the shit I didn't do.
Yes, there we go. You got it. Hit the nail on the head. That's it.
I would much rather go, oh, fuck, I wish I hadn't done that. Because chances are when I'm in the old folks' home, that's going to be the first thing I'm going, that was cool.
That was sick, man. I'm so glad I did that.
Absolutely, and made all the mistakes and did all the stupid shit that everyone else could see. You clearly shouldn't do this, and you do it anyway, and it turns out to be absolutely epic.
Exactly, and it always turns out to be epic though. That's what the thing I've learned is that those times that you've gone, this is dumb. What am I doing?
Oh yeah.
3 days later, you're like, that was the sickest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm never going to do it again.
Yeah.
Holy
but I'm
shit.
really glad I did it then.
Absolutely. No, and those are the things that I don't know what it would be like to regret things I didn't do. That would be such a huge unknown, just this little black hole that you'd never be able to get rid of. Whereas at least if you regret something you did, you know exactly why you regret that shit.
Yeah, you chose it.
Yeah, you know exactly what you shouldn't have done and how you shouldn't have done it. Yep, that's where I fucked up.
Yeah.
So I just can't imagine, passing up on all those things that you wanted to do and wouldn't allow yourself to do because maybe. Oof.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a huge thing. And it's like I said, a lot of people say to me, so when are you going to go back to your career? When are you going to go do your real life? And I'm like, no, guys, this is it. Like, and I don't regret it at all. Like, it's crazy how much I don't regret it.
But I think the cool thing too is though for skydivers, I mean, there's always a kind of a what's next in the back of your mind, but necessarily could be 20 years down the road, 30 years down the road. What's next might be when I finally decided to wrap this shit up, 40 fucking years from now. So,
but this sport is endless. Like I could spend 20 years trying to be a really good free flyer and then never done a wingsuit jump in my life.
Yeah.
Is
Yes, exactly.
that you, Dean? Okay.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I've got just shy of 12,000 jumps. I've never put on a wingsuit.
Oh, really?
So, somebody else was asking me about that, and I'm like, no, I absolutely will do it someday, but it's still something to look forward to.
But that's the thing. This sport is endless.
Absolutely.
Like I said, it's epic for
absolutely.
that reason.
Well, and now I'm sure you've seen the shit that Jetman's been up to.
Oh, insane.
Okay, he's fucking Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah,
so
for real.
Talk about life goals.
That's it. You've got it right there. I want to be that guy.
Absolutely. I want to walk out my front door and just
put my
take
jetpack
off.
on and just
right. So there's always something to look forward to in the sport. Or if you're like me, there's always things that if I want, there's always room for improvement in every single aspect.
And I've just started trying to swoop. Right. I'm saying trying to because I just did a low turn.
Oh.
Not so long ago.
Yeah.
And I completely tore a ligament in my foot.
Sure.
And injuries are sadly part of this sport, and I am not proud of any of mine. Because generally, even if they're, mistakes or accidents, no one wants to be injured.
Of course not.
It sucks.
Of course.
But that is kind of a lesson to be learned, and I was very lucky with my actual scenario of doing a bit of a low turn.
Sure.
But that's one other thing is that, swooping is something that like honestly, even though I suck, I'm probably one of only 20 women doing 270s on a 2 wing loading.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Which is amazing as long as you know, all right, I need to do this, and this.
Yeah, as long as I don't try and hook it in like I did a month ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah.
Well, and I mean, fuck, when I had, maybe 9,000, actually probably closer to 10,000 jumps. I hadn't been jumping in quite some time. Signed off a buddy of mine to fly the jump plane, and his sign-off was me jumping the fuck out, so you better figure out how to land the plane. And then I go and do a hook turn on my, at the time, I think it was a 96 Velo, and I hooked it 6 months after my last jump, like I'd been on it the day before, had completely lost the feel for it, stalled the thing out, and broke my tailbone.
Yow.
There you go. Here's a bit of a reality check. Hey, guess what? Doesn't matter how many jumps you've got. There's always room for improvement.
And I'm pissed because one of the things I've always preached is, so I have over 5,000 jumps, but my canopy progression was lame as hell. And I seen friends get disabled, die, all of those things.
Sure.
From terrible canopy decisions.
Sure.
And I decided early on, I don't give a shit what you have to say. I'm going to go slow.
Sure.
And I'm going to, I turned up here with, on a Katana 107 with 1,300 jumps. And that for me was a terrible badass canopy at the time. And there are many guys that would be jumping velos, trying to swoop them terribly. But I always took my time and whatever. And then I've had great instruction, like people to learn from. I've done a lot of coaching and everything, but it was one of those like eye-opening things that it doesn't matter how much coaching you do, you're gonna fuck up at some point.
Of course.
You're gonna make a mistake. And the thing is that the reason why it sucks and it's scary and it's dangerous is because it is dangerous.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you got to get the right coaching and take your time.
As soon as you start downsizing and getting on higher performance canopies, it's like riding motorcycles. It's not if you get hurt, it's when and how bad.
Exactly.
You're gonna, at the very least, you're gonna twist an ankle because you hit a hole running it out.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Something's going to happen, or you're just gonna have an off day. It's happened to me. It's happened to everybody.
Exactly.
But taking that slow progression like you did is a damn good idea. In fact, every competition swooper I've had on this podcast, when I ask them what's your advice for people coming up in the sport, it's always take your fucking time.
Dude, like, it's crazy. Like, and you realize every time you have an injury, this one was pretty shit, I'm not going to lie.
Sure.
But it wasn't disastrous.
Right.
So, okay, I had to take a few weeks off. Now I'm taking it slow. I've got a few steps back. But realistically, I can still jump. I can still do my shit. But, like, okay, cool. I just broke my back.
Right.
Because I landed like shit. And now I can't jump for a year.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and then what? I'm going to jump a fucking Spectre 150?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, it's really just not even slightly worth it.
No, I agree.
That time you want to take that risk? No, just don't. Just fucking don't.
I was very lucky that and I say lucky because it's a bit weird, but I injured myself on a canopy extremely early in my sport. I think it was jump number 27, and I borrowed a rig from a very experienced jumper that handed me this rig when I was about to go rent gear in Paris Valley. Handed me a rig and said, just jump this, don't waste your money. And I said, well, what's in it? He said, don't worry, it's really docile.
Oh, God.
I have
What was
27
it?
jumps. I was flying a PD 210.
Okay.
He handed me what's called a Turbo Z165.
Oh, damn.
So just the size alone is
Turbo
crazy.
Z.
Turbo Z165. It was a hybrid, so it was half F111 and half ZP.
Okay.
And flew with brakes in faster than I had ever gone.
Yeah, but bear in mind you had 20, how many jumps?
27 jumps.
Ah.
Yeah, but still. But what it instilled in me, I broke my leg. And then got back on the plane for another load on the same canopy.
With the broken leg?
With a broken leg, because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yep.
But the lesson that I learned in that was, all right, don't be in a rush. So I had, before I got onto what was truly considered a high-performance canopy, I had close to 2,000 jumps before I jumped a stiletto for the first time.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
That's cool. But that's very rare. It's super rare.
Sure.
And, I really don't care. Like, even now, I've got 5,000 jumps and my loading, I'm jumping a Comp Velo 84 is 2.
Sure.
I'm loading a badass 2, guys.
Yeah.
And I've got 5,000 jumps and there's not that many tandems there.
Well,
You
I
know,
mean,
like-
there was a time, though, and when I was coming up in the sport, if you were loading a canopy at a 2.0, you were fucking insane.
Exactly. But this is the thing. People forget that. And honestly, the thing is, there is just zero rush. Like, and one of the thing I am passionate about, because at the times that I say I've been pressured into things or felt pressured into things and resisted it, is that you have got that pressure in the sport. God, I need to not be jumping a saber tooth right now because that's lame.
Sure.
Get me on the katana.
Sure.
And it's just so fucking pointless.
Yes.
Like it's just not worth it.
Right. Well, one of the biggest things for me, and one of the biggest weights off my shoulders, was that moment when I realized no one's ever going to come out and watch me swoop.
Or give a shit.
Exactly. I am never going to compete. I am never going to go fastest or furthest. I'm never going to be a freestyle badass in swooping. As soon as I realized that, then all that bullshit just kind of went away, because it just became for me. And I don't particularly enjoy scaring the shit out of myself.
Does anyone?
I like making myself a little nervous, and I definitely like, having that edge to it, but I don't want to be flat out scared.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like discovering swooping, it was definitely not my thing for years.
Sure.
And then suddenly I'm like, oh fuck, this is fucking awesome.
Then it becomes fun.
Starting to do 270s and stuff, and yeah, I messed it up recently, but honestly, I love it.
Yeah.
And it's cool as hell, but I am very okay with jumping my Comp 84 with my 2 wing loading until I nail it.
Oh yeah.
I don't want a Valkyrie. I don't want it. Like, there's so much rushing going on to I'm on a Valkyrie, or I'm jumping a layer, and it's the part of the sport of this, like, let's do it, that I don't understand.
No, well, I've
never
never been in a particularly big rush to get my name on a list.
Right, the death list.
Yeah, I don't.
Right?
I don't want to do, to be a statistic, but
no one does.
Well, and I'm sure you're a lot like me, that for a long time in skydiving, the canopy was how I got to the ground, so I could go make another skydive.
Yes,
because I didn't. The two weren't linked. My skydive ended when the parachute opened, and then it became all about safety and
survival.
Yeah, absolutely. Get yourself to the ground. I don't enjoy this part. Just get me to the ground.
I'm the same, yeah.
And when, just like you, that light bulb came on, and I went, oh my God, I now have 2 sports, and I get to play both of them in a 5-minute period. This is ridiculous.
This is insane.
Because every time I would open up the canopy and didn't have a malfunction, then it was all right, now here comes round 2. I get to have fun doing this. I just got to do all that. And so the canopy portion became a very intensely fun personal part of the sport, whereas the free fall was a group thing. And so I very much got to separate those two. And that's
canopy, a nice way of looking at it, actually.
Yeah, it was 2 sports wrapped up into one, and the canopy portion was all for me, and it was very zen. It's just yours, which is the only person you're trying to make happy and have fun is you, whereas one of those group jumps, you're trying not to fuck up the jump.
Yeah,
or,
fuck up for everyone else.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's so, or you're, if you're doing tandems, of course, it's not your skydive at all.
No.
You're just the equipment making shit happen. So, as soon as that light bulb came on for me, the sport just was opened up huge.
I haven't actually thought of it like that. Thank you, Dean.
Yeah.
Always opening my mind.
You're very welcome.
But for me, it was something I was always a bit terrified of. I was almost anti. So if I'm at the bar and a guy is trying to talk to me about swooping, I'd zero fucks here.
Sure.
I would just shoot them down.
Right.
Like, cool. Jump a 210 and I'll talk to you. Like, I'm genuinely not interested in your retarded downsizing.
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
I wasn't. Like, for me, and it's a classic boys thing of, let's talk about shit swoops. Like,
sure.
They love it. They fucking love it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
for years, I would just refuse to talk to people about it.
Oh, yeah.
And then suddenly I started doing it. And I'm like, hey, guys, did you see my mad 210?
Yep. Oh,
like,
yeah.
Not 210,
Well,
sorry, 270.
Well, the old joke about pilots works perfectly for skydivers, which is, how do you know which one in the room is a skydiver?
They tell you?
They tell you.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's exactly the same. But you get a group of pilots together, and all they'll do, no, we're not going to talk about work. Really? That's all we fucking talk about.
I'm okay with it.
Yes,
I
no,
think
so am I.
I'm one of the only skydivers that's okay with talking about work, because my work is still my love and my
Yes,
life. So
yes. Well,
let's
and
talk about it.
let's face it, if you're in the sport like you and I are in it, it's not just a job, it's a full-on lifestyle.
Dude, if it wasn't, I wouldn't have chosen it.
No.
Right? you gotta, like, the good days and the bad days even become okay because there's still a good day compared to a bad day in the rest of the world.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Well, and again, I don't know any, again, I'm talking out of my ass because I've never worked as an accountant in an office, but I cannot imagine there's that kind of camaraderie between a bunch of accountants in an office as there is in skydiving.
Nah, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
no?
I mean, even the people in the sport that I have disliked the most, I still have a ton of respect for because they're skydivers.
Exactly.
That's it. You know, I mean, where else do you say that? I mean, there's a lot of people, I fucking hate that guy, and that's it. There's no redeeming quality, but you can look at a skydiver and go, I really don't like this motherfucker at all. But
mad respect for him.
Mad respect, and you'll still be the first one to help defend that guy when shit goes wrong.
Exactly.
That's that community. It's something I don't think you could see anywhere outside of an extreme sport community.
Yeah, and I think that is a huge part of what sold me of this is how I want to spend my life.
Sure.
Like, I want to hang out with these assholes because they're my assholes now.
Because this is the one place that I can be this big an asshole and
Yeah,
it's okay.
I can embrace my own asshole.
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely. So now you also started doing a bunch of tunnel flying as well.
I did, yeah. And actually, so I started doing a lot with my very good friend, Adam Matacola, who was my big coach for a while. My best friend is Emma Matacola, who is now his wife, and I am goddaughter to their beautiful little daughter Florence.
There you go.
And and he taught me a bunch, like awesome, like my foundations of it. And I've been doing VFS with some of the boys, and
Nice.
yeah, and VFS was something like genuinely the tunnels are expensive here, so it was a way of sharing time.
Sure.
So we found 4 people and none of us good enough to do 4-way dynamic.
All right.
Shall we do some VFS? And then and genuinely, as much as it pains me to admit it, I started really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then we did a competition recently in Wing Games. We did pretty fucking good, actually.
Nice. No, where was the Wind Games?
That's in Imperia Brava, the Windor tunnel.
In Spain.
there.
Okay, cool.
In Spain, yeah, exactly. And so I tore the ligament in my ankle I spoke of recently, 2 weeks before the competition.
Oh, your teammates must have been thrilled.
They were pissed. And like we never went to this competition expecting to win by any means because we were still amateurs. We were still, competing. But
Sure.
it was pretty bad. And then I made the decision, like, fuck it, let's strap it up.
Right.
All I needed was I could put pressure on it and stuff. I just needed to keep it immobile. So I was like, cool, we strap it up, we go fly. My slot is primary head down anyway, so no one really touches my legs.
Right.
And then we turn up to the airport, and I was wearing this like support boot thing, like a plastic, like a cast, but in a boot. And I'm like, fuck, guys, I forgot my shoe. So I turned up at the airport wearing the boot and a shoe and trying to fly in the tunnel. Obviously, I needed the other shoe and a support, and I didn't bring a fucking shoe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, messed that up. So I went on holiday with one shoe. If that's possible.
It is.
I did it.
Well played.
But the guys, we did really well, actually. There were 6 teams, and we came 4th. We beat a couple of the Italian guys that were like sponsored professional teams.
Nice.
And we were like a little bit of the underdogs, so it was nice. But yeah, I love flying tunnel. I love flying with those guys. It's this Abu Dhabi one has opened up for everything as well. Like,
yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Absolutely. Well, so now you ended up becoming a full-time working skydiver right out of the gate. Got your tandem rating relatively soon in the sport just so you could maintain the sport.
Exactly.
But you keep finding all these different things in the sport that you love. Obviously, you're not going anywhere anytime soon.
What, from
skydiving.
Oh, hell no.
Which is
yeah,
fantastic.
No,
Now, what aspirations do you have within the sport?
Yeah, so I think I'm doing it now. I say I think. No, I am. I'm doing it. I'm gonna leave tandems and video. Doing it. I'm cutting away for the 2nd time. Sorry, Mum and Dad. Because, I mean, at some point, my mum and dad was super proud when I was in a restaurant and a random dude, it was like I paid him, came up to me like, hey, I jumped with your daughter today. I filmed the jump. It's so inspirational. You should be so proud of your daughter. And my mom and dad were like, you know what? Actually, yeah, we fucking are.
We are.
Finally.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sorry, mom and dad, but I'm doing it again. I'm leaving the real job. And yeah, I want to go, like, honestly, like I said to you before about doing those jumps with Domi and wanting her job. That's what I want to do.
Nice.
I want to feel that passion with the people that love to fly and everything.
Sure.
And tandems are massively rewarding, and I love doing video and everything. But I'm going to go try, really chase the dream,
Nice.
do the free flying, do everything that I dreamed of doing, I guess, and see what happens.
Nice. Well, I mean, I'll be the first to admit that the working skydive thing can be, I hate to use the word trap, but it becomes very easy.
It's a golden cage.
Yeah, it really is. You know, I mean, I like to say that I had almost 11,000 jumps before I became a fun jumper. You know, because I worked so long in the sport. So it can be a bit of a hook. So it's awesome that you're going to just, you know, try and give it a shot. It's not like you can't ever come back to checking
That's the
drugs and
thing,
shooting
man.
video.
And it's not that I don't want to either. It's I'm seeing it as a gap year,
Sure.
for sure. But in I just feel like I have what I really want to give to this sport is more than just tandems and video. And
Sure.
like 3 years of working in that, I'm gonna go just try something else.
And why not?
and-
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Again, it's that one huge benefit to being a rated skydiver, tandem instructor, AFF camera, and all that. You're never out of work.
Yeah, and I always saw this side of working in the industry as a path for me,
Sure.
as a stepping stone,
Sure.
and like being able to get the experience I wanted to go further. And hell yeah, it's done that like a million times over.
Oh, yeah.
actually, and it has not like reduced my passion in any way.
Sure.
In fact, if anything, it's like made me refocus and
Yeah.
reignite like what I really want. But yeah, it's very easy to get stuck in this very nice little
Sure it
comfort
is.
zone,
Sure
you know.
it is.
And so yeah, I'm getting out of it. But
That's fucking cool.
yeah,
That's really
Yeah.
cool. Now, as I wrap things up, I always ask my guests, or mostly I always ask, what advice you would give to people that are just getting into skydiving, that, you know, not really sure if they want to get into it or what path they should take in skydiving, and what advice do you give to people that have been in it for a long time and are starting to get burned out and thinking of walking away?
Oh, you didn't give me any like pretense to this, so this is on the spot. Getting into skydiving, dude, it's so easy. Just follow your gut.
Right.
Like that's the easiest side of it for sure. Like for me, just follow what you're told, like your heart is telling you to do. Like so many people would tell me, you should do this, you should do that, and I was thinking, oh no, but I really want to do this. Go with that.
Right.
So don't let anyone tell you can't do something. Don't. Like, you can. Absolutely. Just believe in it and follow it. And it gets easier always, and it's worth it. That's the one thing with skydiving. It's always worth it.
Sure.
Like, that little extra fight or training or anything it takes, you will reap the benefits for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. How about for the old fuckers that are getting burned
Oh,
out?
the old fuckers, go try something new. Like, yeah, it sounds obvious, but like, cool, you've just done 20,000 belly jumps. Take those booties off, rip them off.
Yeah.
And go free flying.
Yeah.
Or, you know, what we were saying earlier, this sport is endless. It's
Yeah.
got 1,000 different opportunities for you. You can have all the experience in the world and still not know anything
Sure.
about something.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Go downsize.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, no,
Well, be smart about it. Downside.
go do a course. Go do a canopy course.
Yeah, be smart. Go talk to Brian Germain or somebody and
Yeah.
do a smart downsizing for sure.
Find something else that ignites your passion for it, for sure.
Well, and that seems to be the general advice that most people give. Is
Oh, yeah.
Try something different. Or if that's not working, take a step back, but don't
Play golf.
Yeah, for a little while. Take your time off. You know, I took almost 4 years off before I started jumping again. And
Cool.
I said I'd jump again when the idea made me nervous. And then a good friend asked me to go jump, and I got butterflies. And I went, oh, fuck, it's time.
Oh, shit, here we
Yeah,
go.
It's time to go make a jump. All right, cool. And then next
Yeah.
thing you know, I was a fun jumper again.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
no, good advice.
Follow your gut, like,
Nice.
for sure.
Well, all the best in the next adventure for you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you taking the time to come sit down with me.
Honestly, it was a pleasure.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Bye. Well, there you have it. Another episode of the Lunatic Fringe podcast brought to you as always by, well, wait, not as always, actually. Brought to you now by Gyro. Formerly known as NZ Aerosports, you'll head to gyro.com for their next level line of canopies. By Pussfoot, the Extreme Sports Collective. Head over to pussfoot.com to check it out. By Summit Parachute Systems, check out summitparachutesystems.com to talk to Jarrett Martin and the gang about kick-ass pilot rigs, rigging courses, and more. By Flyaway Indoor Skydiving, go to flyawaytn.com and check out all the cutting-edge stuff to come. By Pure Spectrum CBD, head to purespectrumcbd.com to check out their wide range of CBD products. And as for us, head to the lunaticfringepodcast.com to listen to any of the hundreds of episodes currently available, hit the link for our YouTube channel, pick up your copy of the Lunatic Fringe book or The Accidental Stripper, and get a sneak peek at upcoming guests. Once again, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Damn.